For Logan and his family, every day was an absolute struggle. For his first few years of life, Logan struggled with sensory overload and simply could not regulate his body, his emotions, or much of anything. His sensory challenges were so severe that his family could not go anywhere in public without risking constant tantrums and meltdowns. If your child struggles with similar sensory issues, you know firsthand how overwhelming and isolating it can be. But what if we told you that there's hope? In this video, we'll dive deep into what sensory overload really is, its underlying causes, and most importantly, how neurologically focused chiropractic care can help. This video is for parents of children with sensory processing disorder or sensory challenges who feel stuck in a cycle of meltdowns, avoidance, and stress. If you're seeking answers and drug-free solutions, then this video is for you. We'll explain what sensory overload is, its various triggers and symptoms, and the long-term effects on child development. Most importantly, we'll look at the root cause, nervous system dysfunction, and how pediatric chiropractic can help restore balance and regulation. Did you know that sensory processing disorder affects 1 in 6 children? That's over 16% of kids struggling with everyday experiences like haircuts, clothing texture, and crowded spaces. These challenges can signify and significantly impact family life, education, and social interactions. While SPD is increasingly common, many parents still feel lost, navigating its complexities alone. Traditional medicine often dismisses sensory issues as just a phase or offers limited support, but at Generations Chiropractic, we know that there's a better way. Sensory overload occurs when a child's senses become overwhelmed by the amount of intensity of sensory information from their environment. Now, this is more than you would expect to have. At some point, we all get really stimulated by our environment and it becomes overwhelming. But we want to make sure that that threshold is really high, not really low, so that one little thing just sets us off. Some common triggers with sensory overload is loud noises, crowded spaces, emotional situations, drastic changes, unexpected touch, and intense smells. Holidays, family events, sporting events, concerts, summer fireworks like we just had, carnivals, fairs, farmers markets, haircuts, clothes. Basically, everyday life becomes really overwhelming. These symptoms can show up as a discomfort, crying, anxiety, irritability, and a loss of focus. These symptoms can lead into developmental delays and missed milestones long term. These stressors can come from even before conception. During pregnancy and birth can play a big role in the root causes of sensory overload. Birth trauma is a huge one that we see in the office. Interventions such as epidural, C-section, vacuum extraction, induction, they can all cause subluxation by injuring the brainstem and spinal nerves within the neck region. This leads to stress that's stuck within the nervous system, and we call that a subluxation. This usually leads to babies who are colicky, uncomfortable, constipated, have eczema, and other digestive issues, lack of sleep, etc. Now, these kids, they don't just grow out of these things, but all of these symptoms instead grow into other things such as ear infections, ADHD, and sensory overload. The root cause lies in subluxation and dysautonomia, or the dysfunction of the central and autonomic nervous system. This triggers a chronic fight-or-flight sympathetic response while suppressing the rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system. The vagus nerve, which is key to regulation, is often compromised in this process. It's one of the big activators of that parasympathetic nervous system, and if it can't work right, then that stress system really gets activated. Subluxation and dysautonomia disrupt the brain's ability to process and integrate sensory information effectively, leading to the sensory overload and overwhelm. So what can we do to help? Here at Generations Chiropractic, we use advanced neurological insight scans to pinpoint areas where these subluxations and stress are within the nervous system. Then we will create a personalized care plan that is tailored exactly to what your child's nervous system needs to get back on track and process sensory information. If your child struggles with sensory overload, know that you're not alone and there is hope. By addressing the root cause of the nervous system dysfunction, neurologically focused chiropractic care offers a natural, drug-free path to help your child get back on track and adapt to all of the stress around them. Are you ready to take the first step? Click the link below to schedule a neurological insight scan for your child at Generations Chiropractic. Our team is here to listen, support, and empower you on your child's health journey.